that first live that I did, for some reason, did not want to go through. Hello, this is High Priestess Jamila. The witch is in. The witch, the real witch is in. How y'all doing? Wanted to come on here and make some commentary about GANGSTALKERS and Kelly Price. Now, if you want to know what I'm talking about, I shared the link to my community wall a day or so ago. Ooh, goodness gracious. And you just feel it. Oh my God. Ooh. Kelly Price. Hello, Robin Jeans. Hello. So when you go to the video, I looked at it, and of course I immediately went to the comments, and everybody is saying that saying that she's being gang stalked. But many of them are saying that it's witches. Some of them are saying it's not witchcraft, but that, she's just being gang stalked. But she thinks that it's witches. That is not witches. Okay? Gang stalkers are not witches. Period. They are not witches. Gang stalkers do what is called community harassment. They have what we call false powers. Gang stalkers have no real power at all. They don't have real power. They don't possess real supernatural powers. They're full of shit. They may even be kind of manipulative. They may be manipulative people. Being a manipulative person versus being a witch, two different things. Two different things. Okay? A child can go and push a toy across the floor. That's called manipulation, right? Somebody can cry and make you feel sorry for them. That's manipulation. Witchcraft is not ordinary manipulation. I can assure you that if a witch was trying to kill you, she probably would have done it by now. And most witches are not going to do that. Most witches don't even have the power to do that. Most of them don't have the power to kill you. Now, if they get together in a group, then you may have an issue. If you got a whole coven of actual real witches, most of these people out here are not practicing real witchcraft. They're not real sorcerers. They're not. They're just manipulative. People can manipulate the minds of others. What they're doing is they're manipulating your mind. What they're doing is they're more than likely violating your privacy, which is very traumatic to the mind, right? Being in Hollywood is already trauma because you get no privacy. I couldn't imagine being in Hollywood. Being on YouTube is just like being in Hollywood without the money. It sucks. Okay, as a witch, I cursed them all. I did. I'm not even gonna lie. When I realized that people thought that just because I was on YouTube, that they could violate my privacy and my family's privacy, this is when I cursed them all. And trust me, they're cursed and they deserve it. Okay. Now I want to talk about people that have it out witches and want to blame it on us. The witches are not going to take responsibility for gang stalking. We have nothing to do with that. And I'm really confused because have y'all noticed that this ignorance is mainly and primarily happening and being said in the black community. Do you notice that it's mainly black women that are saying things like that? You don't see no white women saying anything about witchcraft. And I've seen some of them getting gang stalked. It's only the black ones that say that. I don't understand it. You are not dealing with witches, okay? Now I will tell you that a witch could participate in gang stalking. That could happen, okay? She could participate. Sure, she could. But what they are doing is not witchcraft, okay? Now, I want to talk about what my theory is, and it's not just a theory. And the reason why is because there could be several reasons, literally several reasons that is causing people to gang stalk other people. Number one could be environmental factors. There could be bad water. I know that one of the people that gang stalk me is from Michigan. I know that the water in Michigan was highly tampered with or poisonous or something. Okay, it could be other factors such as mental illness. What I believe is the main cause for gang stalking is possession. I believe that gang stalkers are empty seaters for malevolent spirits, ghosts. That's what I believe. And I believe that those ghosts are inconsolable spirits. I believe that inconsolable spirits within those people utilize them to get to what y'all call the chosen ones, okay? Right? So now I'm not a chosen one. I ain't the one. I'm a witch. I'm a solitary witch at the moment, and I will whoop your ass in every way, okay? Not you, Kelly Price, but I'm just saying in general, I'll whoop their asses, okay? Um, but I am very spiritually potent, very. And I believe that spirits understand that and know that. Because, listen, malevolent forces do want to come after people. And then as well as entities. You know why? Because you're a star. They want to take from you, okay? They want to take from you. I understand because Kelly Price is like, saying that, y'all praying, y'all got to pray to the same God to get to me. Well, think about it. That makes no sense. Yeah, that makes no sense. You need to look up the practices of the witchcraft. Of the witches. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm getting ready to do, and I hope that I don't think that this particular witch, she practices witchcraft. I don't think that she'll hold it against me. I'm going to start making these crystal altars because I think that they are fantastic. But for me, I'm not going to do them like just to, I guess you can consecrate. I'm going to buy some of hers that she's made. And I'm going to put in custom orders with her for her to make them for me and for me to consecrate them. And then I'm going to also do some of them myself. I'm going to get with her about that too very soon. You need to at least have some type of crystal and candle set up. If you reject witchcraft, you are going to be miserable 24/7. No, Robin Jeans, they haven't. They haven't, hun. They're just wait. They're laying and waiting. Trust me, they're going to pop up on some surprise, surprise. So that they're going to pop up like surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Yes, they're going to pop up and pop off. They are. They just laying and waiting. And as if I was shocked Oh my God, you're shocking my system. I can't handle this type of craziness. That's what they doing right now. They ain't fell back at all, trust me. Until it's been at least 10 years. That's why they don't want to stop. Because they know that we're not forgiving. And they know that just stopping ain't going to do nothing. They're going to have to lay real low. They're going to have to be real low key about it. They're going to have to be real careful. But now they plan on popping up for this court date that I got coming up. For something that has nothing to do with them. That has to do with my family business that I can't get into publicly on the internet. And it has nothing to do with anything between me and my uncle. It's not some kind of scandal like that. My uncle, he's gonna be all right. And so will the family, okay? Blessed be. Now, back to saying what I was saying, y'all. Gang stalking has nothing to do with witchcraft. Now, I will tell you that my other theory on gang stalkers is that they're lost. They're lost souls. And when you're famous like that, they look to you as a guiding light. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about, which is the ugliest of them all, is that it could be racism. Racism, for some reason in this country, is at an all-time high, which is very sad. People are financially strapped. People are frustrated because their rights are being stripped away from them. People are frustrated right now with the President of the United States. People are upset because of the economy. Okay? People are very upset about that. Anybody that is able to give people any type of freedom from the government, which the government is, unless you break the law or you come for them, I don't see the government is trying to take our freedom. I don't. I feel free as a bird when it comes to the government. I feel free to do whatever the fuck I want to do. That's just like if y'all come to me and y'all as a client and y'all like, well, Jamila, I don't know what to do. I'm broke. I'm going through this and the government, da 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 da. We're going to turn this situation around. We're going to turn that situation around. You ain't got to worry about that. I don't think the government is necessarily doing that, y'all. I really don't. I think that, yeah, they do roll the dice. They at the Bohemian Grove right now, y'all. They at the Bohemian Grove right now. Right now, doing whatever secret rituals that they do. Hey, as long as you know that that's not going to afflict you. And for me, I started to address that. Whatever it is they burning in the air under the sacred owl, which people say it's an owl, but then again they say it's Moloch. It does look like an owl. And me and my collective are covered in protection. And I'm talking about my paid collective, the people that pay me, and then my family, okay? But other than that, I ain't true. I wasn't concerned for what? People also tie in their personal money with the government, which I don't understand why. There are a lot of people that earn money independently and free of the government. A lot of people. So again, most people that are doing well in this country, the government has nothing to do with their money. The government has nothing to do with your money and your finances. Not really. They may determine your taxes, but no, the government, y'all got to get out of that. Y'all got to get out of thinking like that. Y'all give Donald Trump way too much power over you. Now, when he got to deporting people, that was traumatic. Goodness gracious. That was weird. That was weird. That's a fact. The government don't control all of the money. That picture of the stalker that you posted on your community. Hello, did you read cause him to age like that? The thing of it is about his aging is that he caused it. He's doing it to himself, but I don't want that to touch me. He do be trying. He was trying to pull me into that group, trying to project his crap to me. I'm glad I don't look like that. He tried to latch on to me because of Tiffany. I did a solid cord cutting on his ass. Solid. The hell on some damn where. Because I don't look like that. I look good. Okay. So, look like an old sick dog, don't he? They all seem to be aging at an accelerated rate. All of them in that damn group, and they always trying to include me. I'm like, why? No. Gang stalkers would love to have a witch be a real witch. They would love to have a real witch a part of that shit. They would love it. When I was involved with one of the people involved with that group, Mike, I did a lot of work for him for a lot of those people in that sector. He would ask me to do work on them. I reversed all that shit. Put it right back on him. Sure did. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. I was helping him and then he snaked the hell out of me. They not trustworthy. They not. They are not. I sat up there and did all that work to help you and he kept fronting. That's what I'm saying. Don't lie. Don't lie to your practitioners and stuff either. Be honest with us. Oh, I don't like that sector. They after me. They keep forcing me to be involved. They harassing my family. And so I would do spiritual work to curse them and to bind them. Several of them for him. And it of course my work works. Of course. It's only been a year since the whole thing's been said and done. I reversed all of it. Everything I did for him. And because he was full of shit, I reversed it. It ain't done being reversed either. Get me involved with that shit. Here I am thinking that he's just an innocent person for a long time. For a long time, I thought he was innocent. He come to me with a sob story. They made me do it. I'm like, how the hell somebody make you do that? So I'm sitting there looking at them like, what the fuck? And if it's a demon, I'm going to slay it. Can't no demon question me. What is a demon going to say to me? I had Moloch himself come and apologize to me. You know what I'm saying? I reversed all that. So they don't have nothing to complain about. Well, I did. Well, obviously, I didn't reverse the curses that I put on them for me personally, but everything I did for him, I reversed it. I still got them locked and loaded. I still got them hemmed up for myself because they keep stalking and talking. But, so yeah. And I didn't do for him what I did for myself and my loved ones. I wasn't doing that then. But it was a quite a few things that I did for him. He came to me lying and being full of shit. Don't be lying and full of shit with your witches now. Hey, Lenny Pretty. Hey, Vampires of Tomorrow. Hello. So, anywho, yeah, gang stalkers ain't witches. Those people are witches are smart. Witches don't. What the hell we need to gang stalk somebody for? It's a lot of witches out there. They actually live very, very good. I'm one of them, but right now I'm living with family. This ain't my house. You know what I'm saying? I know that I ball. Well, I'll be moving soon into my own place. Just had to come over here and get under my grandmother's apron belt because this is my grandmother's house I'm living in, and that's all right with me. My grandma is one of my most cherished ancestors, always and forever. So, after going through, and then okay, so then that speaking of Georgia, Kelly lives in Georgia. Oh, baby, Georgia. Oh my God, get out of Georgia. The problem is you being in Georgia, honey. I listen. I don't know what's going on in Georgia because she was like, meet me in Atlanta or something. She was saying in that video, she was saying something about Atlanta. Kelly, get out of Atlanta, honey. Get out of Atlanta. Atlanta is just as bad as the lost souls in Los Angeles. It's not worth it, honey. Go live somewhere else. Pack up and move house, girl. Get out of Atlanta. I be trying to tell these sisters, right? I be trying to tell them. That's just like I told that damn what's her name? I told what's that girl's name that died down there young? Sansa Ray Smith. I told Sansa Ray Smith to not go back to Atlanta. She go back to Atlanta and is dead within 6 months of her moving back there. Obviously and clearly she didn't listen. There's something going on over there. I cannot quite put my finger on it. I couldn't put my finger on it when I was there, and I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to. And see, my spirit see it as such a crazy situation over in Atlanta that they got that whole area in a spiritual quarantine. And see, famous people, they live in a totally different reality than normal regular folk. And I guess being on YouTube qualified me for the even though they flagged my damn channel all to be damned and messed up my views, messed up my little AdSense check I was getting, you know. That's all right. Something weird going on over there in Atlanta. I've been warning people about that for the longest. People looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, oh, okay. Everybody in Atlanta, even the bad people in Atlanta, even the people that think that they badass over in Atlanta, your location is fucked up. Something weird is going on over there in Atlanta. My spirits did a spiritual quarantine on Atlanta. They sure did. I can still help people that are in Atlanta, but always and forever, the advice is going to be to get out of that area, and that includes Florida. If I have any clients that are in Florida, Georgia, and Alabama, you're going to be strictly advised to get out of those 3 states. Maybe later on you'll be able to move back. But baby, you need to get up out of there. There's something going on over there. Okay? You either listen to me or you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to me and believe in nothing that I say. But I'm just telling you what my spirits told me. My first of all, my ancestors, from the moment that I moved there, they wanted me out. They said no, because I had a cousin, my cousin Nikki, beautiful black woman. Oh my gosh, she was gorgeous. She lived down there. She died down there. My cousin Nikki died down in Georgia. It's not a good situation either. Same old story. She had an abusive man down there and, some other things. And she ended up dying young in Atlanta. So my ancestors, my family already didn't want me going down. I was like, y'all, oh. Because of the trauma of losing my cousin Nikki. And that was years ago when we lost Nikki. But I would go certain places down there. I would pass certain places, especially when I lived over in Lithonia, and I would just feel certain stuff that just didn't feel right. So you got to get out of Atlanta. That's not witches. As a witch, I barely made it out. I feel like I barely made it out alive in Atlanta. And I'm waiting on some sage sticks to get here. They've been taking days and days. Before we blocked it off and spiritually quarantined that area, people from Atlanta and California, which are two hot spots. Okay, you got to be careful with. That's why you can't just be answering your damn phone for anybody. They was trying to get in through phone conversations and shit. So I gotta sage out my grandmother's house. And yes, I will be doing that, guys, because you know, unfortunately, it was through my uncle. I'm just going to say it straight up and down. It was through my uncle that bad spirits was able to get in. But those people are not conjuring bad spirits. Those people are possessed. They're possessed. Okay. Anybody that is stalking you is possessed. Can he get another practitioner to undo the reversal? Well, I mean, he can't force me. No, he can't. Nobody can force me to do spiritual work for nobody. If my spirits are going to reverse the work I did for you, they're going to reverse it. You can't force them to do anything. My spirits are very elemental, but they're earthly also. And they are cosmic. So they're cosmic spirits, earthly spirits, underworld spirits. You can't force them to do anything, Robin Jeans. You can't. He didn't pay me enough. He still owes me thousands of dollars. Well, he don't owe me. I would never give him that kind of power over me, but really, to be honest with you, I was just doing that for him just to be nice. And then plus to protect myself, since I was unfortunately involved with him every now and then. It wasn't like a constant everyday thing until the last few months that I was in Atlanta. But otherwise, can you get another practitioner like yourself to take a curse off you and put it on someone else? Curses can be very personable. Do I think any of those people can just go to a practitioner and get the curses that I put on them removed? No, because the curse starts with them. It starts and it ends and it rests and it lies on them. They are making a decision to stalk me. So the only way they're going to be able to take any curse off of them is if they quit stalking me. If they change course. As long as they keep going down that road that they going down, they can't take shit off of them. Okay. Now they do say that witches can put a curse on you to where people will gang stalk you. They say that that can happen. Um, that's a possibility that it could originate. Being gang stalked could originate from a witch's curse. Okay. As a witch, did God suggest to me just pray to me 90,000 hours per day? Imagine if you're being gang stalked, you would have to pray to God all day, every minute. I don't think God wants that. I don't think God needs that. Can you imagine having to pray thousands of times per day? Hell, you would have no air left in your fucking lungs. The Muslims, they pray, what, 5 times a day? That's already difficult for them to do that. So you got to have something more tangible. Okay, God told me to get certain stones and to create totem poles and to call on my angels. That's what God told me to do. Now, I don't know everybody's relationship with God. Now, I can tell you that I've been getting gang stalked for the past goddamn 13 fucking years. And it ain't changed me not one bit. It ain't moved me. It ain't shook me. Now, there's certain circumstances that gang stalkers can set up to make certain things happen. But other than that, that's not witchcraft. And in fact, from what she was saying, it's mainly electronic harassment. So they do certain things using the internet and using, software programs and shit. There ain't no real witchcraft. I can come out here and burn a goddamn stick and wipe that shit out within seconds. So they ain't got nothing to do with witchcraft. Witchcraft is not that simple and it's not that fucking weak. In fact, witchcraft is the reason why we got ground to stand on. Witchcraft is heavily connected to this earth itself. Witchcraft is not just some thing that people do. I can honestly say that witchcraft has saved my life for years, and I'll never stop practicing. You know why? Since I was a baby, I've been in tune with people, and I can tell when people are possessed. Most people, most people are not protected from possession. Most people are not. They're not. If I were to be reborn and to choose my race, what race would I want to come back as? That's an interesting question. The same, Native American, black. I would want to be reborn the same, to be honest with you. Yeah, it would be the same. None of the experiences that I have had, even the racism experiences, because I don't believe in white supremacy. All I believe in is witch supremacy. I don't believe in white supremacy. I don't believe in that. That's another falsehood. A person's race does not make them supreme. And people that think that found out the hard way. That's just like being black. Don't necessarily make you supreme. You can run around here. I've seen black people run around here and they'll say, I'm powered by melanin. I got melanin power. Right? Guess what? Any witch can take some turmeric and take away the power from your fucking melanin. So if you're a black person and you're using your melanin to hurt innocent people, turmeric totally shut down any power of melanin. It's not about what you are, but it's about what you know. So, if I were any race, I'd still be a witch. So none of that matters to me. Okay. If I were a white woman, I would immediately and quickly know how to deal with the diabolical white man. White men are some of the most diabolical. Okay, they are. And we all know they are because they want to be supreme. And through that drive to want to be supreme based upon their fucking race, it's a problem because it's a false ideology. That's the falsest idol worship that people have ever done. That's false. Just being a white man doesn't make you the most powerful creature walking the earth. Are you fucking kidding me? It's ridiculous. And we all know that's fucking ridiculous for people to for people to even say that and think that. That's just totally fucking ridiculous. And we all know it. That's delusional. That's fucking delusional. And a lot of white people will tell you, they'll be like, wait a minute. I done had to damn near fight to survive in this world. What are you talking about? Being white don't make things better for me. I don't just automatically get everything I want just because I'm a white man. But there are some delusional white men out there that think that way. And white men treat white women worse than you could ever see. I think it's funny when people do false idol worship. When this whole claim to fame that white men are the best men to date, I just be laughing. White women was treated so poorly by the white man for, I'm talking about, since the dawn of fucking time that they had to create fucking feminism. Are you kidding me? They can be some diabolical motherfuckers. Especially a white man in power. Be making these, well, I told y'all last night I was looking at that movie. There's a white woman in the movie. He knows everywhere I go. He always finds me. Remember? If y'all missed that live, I did. They get treated, they get treated real bad. So a lot of the ones that you see hanging around with the black community trying to date black men, it's because they got treated very poorly. But see, the thing of it is that a lot of people are not realizing that, a lot of the diabolical people have set up your love life. And this includes black males that they, these diabolical men who need to just stay the fuck away from all women. Why do you want to talk to women about what? You need to be quarantined in a convent or something. They need to put your ass somewhere and lock you up and throw away the damn key. They like Hannibal Lecter. You know what I'm saying? White men ain't no damn different. Ain't got nothing to do with that. It depends on who it is. Y'all are dating and dealing with losers, very demonic, diabolical evildoers. You know, when you start to come out of that reality and you start to create a better reality for yourself, better men start manifesting. It's always the diabolical ones that, you know, because they're narcissistic, they need supply. So to them, you're just supply. And sometimes it goes a lot deeper to where you're just the source of energy for them. That's it. You ain't nothing else but energy. Okay? That's all you are to them. It's never real love. It's never real love. Okay? You just energy for them. That's it. So, you know, and a lot of them, once you time shift jump, once you reality jump, phases them out. All that bullshit. The whole thing gets phased out. They've been trying to get y'all to accept fake love for a very long time. That's the problem. You're not actually receiving real love. And some of them run around here, they will try to threaten real relationships, real lovers. That's why God strikes them down. Y'all be chasing fake love too much. Y'all be holding on to fake love way too much. You know, these arranged marriages based upon what somebody else's needs. See, when you have like you know, agendas and all of that shit, there's certain things that need to be put into place and happening for those things to work. And it just so happens that it involves your love life for some fucking reason. Because in order for them to serve their demons and their entities, you can't have real love in your life. In order for them to serve whatever it is that they're serving, which is not Satan. Satan don't have nothing to do with that. It's something else. One of them is Moloch, but it's a few others that are unknown. They don't really have names, whatever it is that these people are worshiping, that continues to try to force us to accept fake love. I'm going to give y'all an example. My significant other, I call him my daddy. The first time we made love, I mean, it was literally like we jumped in that bed so quickly. You know, I was already feeling, well, I didn't start feeling that until we got closer to each other. But, you know, I feel like something kept him from me for years. Felt like something kept us apart for years. And the first time we made love, a lot of people say, oh, no, 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 that was a mistake. No, we needed that. We needed that sexual healing. We needed each other. We made love at exactly the right time that we were supposed to do it, and we did it. And I ain't about to sit up here and have nobody tell me, well, girl, that was a mistake because how he ain't gonna marry you. You don't know what he gonna do. I'm the one that, you know, that's another thing. I don't discuss my relationship with too many people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit up here and tell you what we've spoke about and what we've talked about because that's our personal business. You know, you got to keep your business to yourself. But I'm not going to sit up here and have, you know, it would have been fake and false for me to not had made love to him at that moment that I did. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, because you know, after being kept apart for so long, you know, sex is very cosmic sex is not transactional. So many people are used to sex being transactional, and it's not. So at that moment of communion, copulation, that was when it was meant to happen. What meant for me to tell him, well, honey, I got to make you wait 3 or 6 months. No, we needed it right there at that right moment, and that's just what it is. That's organic. That was the real stuff. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, people in this world are so fake. And I'm not saying that if you made your man or your husband wait months that means that your relationship is fake. I'm not saying that because a lot of y'all did, and he waited patiently, and I believe that my significant other would have waited too. But it's just that especially after what I had been through. He's a very strong man, but I know everything about him. You know, but after what we had been through, that moment, those moments of lovemaking were organic and genuine. And that's the way sex is. Sex is not meant as a bargaining tool. It's meant to be organic. It's meant to be raw. It's meant to be what it is. Okay. So that's just what that is. Okay. Anyway, yeah, a lot of y'all are dealing with stuff like that. And the whole gang stalkers are put into place so that you can go through some fake 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 fake. There are some entities that exist, and they don't necessarily exist in realms that are necessarily connected to this earth, but they exist in cosmic realms that are very, 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 very far away. But they still can communicate with us somehow because they are advanced in their ways of communicating, right? And they are very jealous of human beings. For some reason, I don't know why another species would be jealous of another species, but that's just what it is, and they don't like you. And so they've been messing around with people, and you can tell people that have been messed with by them and communicating with them. You can tell. Some people would probably call them out. Oh, that's the Palladians, or that's the Syrians, or that's the I don't know what it is. If it feels foreign to me and it don't feel right, I reject it. So it's a lot of that's one of my theories on it. Especially people that be still dealing with these arranged marriages. I was looking at somebody's video, and there was some woman in another country that was saying that she was getting ready to meet some man that they had arranged a marriage for her. And no, it was a Brad Mondo video, I believe. And she was making comment, apparently watching Brad Mondo from another country, and she was saying that she was going to dye her hair a funny color so that he wouldn't choose to marry her. There has already been so many revolutions to where arranged marriages have been abolished and people are trying to go back to that. It's been really weird. And right now, people are adjusting to them turning off them fake ass CERN machines. I really think that they should stop them from turning them back on permanently because something was happening with that. And I think people should boycott them because this has been the fucking weirdest goddamn fucking. I got to look it up and see when they turned on them damn machines. I think that I think that the reason why evil people was getting a leg up for so long partially caused by them, and then also people, the people not really understanding what a witch is. Okay, now I will tell you that witches do have a home advantage to where they not gonna let you play with them like that. They not gonna let you play with them like that, and they not gonna let you manipulate them like that. People can't get mad at a witch because she's able to protect herself. I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with these people. They basically just want you to fucking be vulnerable. Basically, is what the fuck they want. They just want you to be vulnerable. They want to run around here and they want to sacrifice witches and children and shit to that demon Moloch. They want to do whatever the fuck they want. That's why they don't like witches. They don't like witches because we don't let them get away with that shit. Then you got witches that are out here talking about I sacrifice babies. That's not a fucking witch. And I've been trying to wake up the divine properties of the original witch. The original witches were awakened on this planet from the beginning when mankind decided to start doing all this foo-foo shit. And the witches knew how to fight them. You got these fake ass witches out here talking about I'm here to sacrifice some children. I don't consider them to be witches. They might be born a witch and they may have went the wrong way, but for me, you're not a witch. You're a disgrace to our community. You are. Because as a witch, you should know there's a better way. So that's my opinion of you, okay? Yeah. So we don't do that. Witches were the original doctors. We were the original midwives. They done made all these movies and shit depicting witches, taking newborn babies and sacrificing them. And why would a witch need to sacrifice a baby? Why? Why would she need to do that? For power? She already got power. Why would she need to do that for power? And I already know a lot of witches are feeling salty about practical magic that's coming out. They got the new practical magic coming out, y'all, this September. A lot of witches don't like a lot of the movies that they keep releasing about us. Because a lot of people are like, well, if if I had a family curse on me like that, I'd just break it. And that's true. That is true. A lot of witches, if they had a curse on them like that, they just break the curse. They've been and got rid of it. But it's a movie. It's a movie that's meant to be entertaining, even though it may not be spiritually accurate. Because them Owens women's, boy, they be going through it. Every time they fall in love, the man that they love is destined to die. That's crazy. I'm going to watch it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to bother me or my life. It ain't going to make nothing happen to me. But, a lot of witches don't like that movie. Because it's not spiritually accurate. It's kind of like, damn, But I'm hopefully it'll be some kind of resolution that they'll come to. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. All right, that's pretty much it, y'all. But yeah, Kelly Price. Quit blaming everything on witchcraft. Witchcraft is a very complicated system. Witches bring about a lot of justice in this world. They do. Really, what I'm going to say is that, a lot of women can avoid having to hate witches By being with better men. Because if you with a evil ass man that done did something to harm somebody, and he just constantly fucking trying to harm people, or if you got a wicked ass man that calls himself a witch hunter, oh, but girl, you better run from that motherfucker. He crazy. Don't be with a witch hunter. A lot of these women, they with a man that's attacking women. Period. Let alone witches. You with a man that's attacking women and children. You're gonna have a lot of misery and fake smiles and fake laughter. You're gonna have a lot of misery in your life. Get you a better man. But if you a evil, corrupt ass woman, hell, I don't know, just hell, you probably do better by your goddamn self. That's when you gotta do bad by yourself. When you fucked up and evil and diabolical and shit, and you get a man that's doing exactly the same thing, that's gonna be double trouble, okay? As the cauldron bubbles, you really gonna be fucked up. That ain't gonna make things better. That's you doubling down on your goddamn self. Let me get my ass off of here, y'all. Okay. Today is a day like this heat and shit. People should be out and about I kind of want to get me a sprinkler or either one of those what's those things that you hook up to the water hose, slip and slide. I want to get one of those and put it back here, and I'm gonna order me one. My uncle won't mind. He ain't gonna come out here and be like, hey, you ran out my water bill. He ain't gonna do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm with my uncle right now at the moment. I'm staying with my uncle. Me and my sons are living with my uncle. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? What does that have to do? What does it have to do with me? A lot of my clients are like, I don't mind working with you just because you stay with your uncle. I'm really confused about these people in social media. It's very weird. But that's because they are very mundane. The spirit is still floating. And they can't kill magic. Why would you want to? That's just like if you just all of a sudden looked up at the sky and saw a waterfall in the sky, and it just the clouds formation that just looked like a big ass waterfall. Would you be like, that shit was scary as hell? Why are you scared of everything? That'd be God communicating with people directly. That'd be the gods. Let's put it like that. Communicating with people. What are you scared for? So many people are afraid of every goddamn thing. That's why I was saying, they be running around here talking about this white supremacy thing. Hell, I be looking at these TV shows, y'all, the hauntings and stuff, and them white people be scared shitless of spirits and shit. And I'm not saying all white people, because it's a lot of white people, they're witches. It's a lot of white witches out there that are badass that will fuck somebody up. I'm not denying that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just funny how this whole white supremacy thing, and it's stupid. It's a lie. If you think that you're powerful just because of your fucking race, you are connecting to a false power. And I hope that you stay connected to that false ass shit, because you don't need to connect with no real power, because you're too fucking stupid and emotional and ignorant and hurt. Nobody that's stupid needs to connect to their own power. Nobody. Because you're going to do something stupid. So I hope spirit make you stay stupid. Stupid. Because God will get you. God is tired of this shit. God did not create earth to be a hell and a dystopia. I want y'all to remember that God hates that shit. That's okay. Now, all these people running around here creating all this shit. If you trying to create peace on this earth and you are honoring the earth, you should be good. But the people that are running around here trying to create dystopia, they're fucked. And I've said that so many times. Gang stalkers are damned. You looking at the village of the damned. All right, y'all. That's pretty much it. I'll see y'all later. Okay. Blessings to y'all. Bye.